I'm Jeff Dennis, Battalion Chief with the City of Manteca Fire Department. I oversee fleet here with the City of Manteca. And we are here today with Golden State Fire Apparatus to review our Truck 241, which is a 2024 Pierce Velocity 107-foot Ascendant TDA. Some of the things that are unique to our jurisdiction are we have multiple freeways that run through it, along with interchanges. We have mid-rise resort facilities, large commercial industrial railroad that runs right through the middle, as well as multiple hospitals and large residential. So this truck was built to serve a multitude of needs here in the city of Manteca.
Hello, I'm Brian Macias, engineer on Truck 241A shift, and I'm going to walk you around Truck 241. Starting at the front right here, we went with a Whelen 81-inch Freedom light bar, coupled with a full front scene lighting. We have our standard enlarged bumper with discharges at the front. Coming over to the driver's side, we went with cameras for our blind spots, which is matched on the other end, as well as the TAC4 suspension, matched with our chrome rims on all wheels. We're coming on the inside. So on the inside, we went with leather seats and the clean cab concept. A lot of research lately shows that this is a better option for overall health and wellness in the long term for firefighters. And coming up here, we went with a screen right here that is matched on the captain's side as well. Now this screen right here matches all our light warning menu options up here, scene lighting, as well as here. So we have, if for some reason we need additional help turning on lights, Captain has a matching screen on that side and you can do it from the display itself. Right here we have the engineer's compartment. It's all his equipment right here. We keep the SCBA. It also wraps around here so you have a deeper section for your coat, your boots, turnouts, everything fits perfect, as well as your axes and tool belt. Our next portion right here is our pump. We have the Waterous CXC20 1500 GPM pump. The truck has its own district, so in order to serve the public, this is the best option for us to respond. It has 2 cross slays, also flows to a pre-plumbed waterway with a Elkhart 1200 GPM nozzle at the tip and an additional 2.5-inch discharge at the front. Right here we have our engineer appliances, shelved and separated, easy to access. With Safe Stride, the Safe Stride goes along the whole top of the tiller, which helps with any reflection or sunlight that the engineer may see in the back, and it's better for us driving. Up here we went with a drop-in bar for our rope rescue, if any high pick points or low angle rescues we need to do, as well as a parapet ladder and a 10-foot pike pole attached to the aerial already. Coming back down, we have our 5th wheel lockout right here that is also accessible from the other end. Like I said, we have 3 personnel on this truck, so it's imperative for the captain to assist on that side, whether it be locking out or setting our foot pads down when we set up the outriggers. We have dual intakes, one on this side as well as on the captain's side with the pressure gauge. Our wheel chocks, as well as our diesel fill. We have a fill on the other end too, so whichever way you pull into a gas station, it's easy to access and get to. Right here we have our electric controls for our outriggers. This is also matched on the opposite end for the captain to set up, or if we're on the opposite end, we could control it from that way as well. Right here we have manual override controls. If we ever have some electrical issue on scene, we have manual controls right here. Spotlights for our outriggers or our stabilizers. These actually hit exactly where your stabilizer is going to meet. So when you're setting up to spot in between a narrow area, you can see exactly where you're going to end up. As well as we do have lighting along the whole bottom of the truck, undercarriage lighting, which lights up. It's controlled from the cab as well. And we have our lights across the whole tractor trailer as well that are operated by a built-in generator over here. That's also manually turned on from the cab, or the tillerman also can control that if he wants lighting. All right, right here we have our first compartment on our trailer. Right here we have our high-risk, low-frequency equipment, as well as a built-in toolbox right here. And these all roll out, easy access. If we ever need to grab a hammer, screwdrivers, anything like that. Our next compartment is our rescue equipment and structure fire equipment. So these come out all the way out and it locks. This top shelf, we have our forcible entry, structure fire hooks, everything like that we need for structure fires. This is a transverse bed, so on the opposite end the captain can open it or the firefighter, and this will go out the same distance on that end and lock it as well. So we have mirrored equipment so you can grab from either side. Right here we have our stabilization equipment for vehicle accidents. Same, mirrored again, multiple bags with J-hooks, clusters, attachments, and ratchet straps if needed. The locking mechanism is a single pull, as well as hose if we ever need a pump to ourselves. Next compartment we have some more rescue equipment. Just like the others, this will open up and go all the way to the other end. We have tools on each end, we have rams and cutters, and on that end we have spreaders, cutters as well. One thing we did do as well is, along with the backlighting, we added power to almost all our compartments because we have spare batteries or other equipment that needs to be charged on scene or while we're driving around. And then up here we also have a custom rack made for our airbags to keep them organized, easy to keep inventory, and keeps them from getting damaged when we're trying to slide them in and out. We have our vacuum for any water salvage, or we call R2D2. We have absorbent, 4 buckets of absorbent, and some visqueen up here of different types of materials. We have black, we have clear, as well as 2 rubber mats for any sewer covers if we have a hazmat in the roadway. Right here we have our salvage covers, lighting. Like I mentioned earlier, we got power ran to everything, so we have extra batteries for our lighting, as well as 3 fans, and then this fan can also plug into the power so we know it's always charged and ready to go. Up top right here, we have our Stokes basket, as well as a little giant up here on this side. These compartments right here, we have a total of 15 spare SCBA bottles. Okay, right here on this compartment, we have our specialty equipment, plumbing bag, electrical bag, lockout, tagout kit, 4 gas monitors, and anything we need for natural gas leaks or to mark off equipment. Since we only run 3 on our truck, we do carry the extra SCBA if we are able to get to 4-man truck. So we have a full setup right here, extra truck belts right here, as well as another toolbox that we can grab and take with us if we need to get moving. Now, if you notice, we went with roll-up doors on our side. For our freeway access or vehicle accidents, we believed it was safer to have a door up and down that we can easily access compared to swinging a door out into the roadway. Now we're at the top of our ladder. Right here, an option we went with and worked with Pierce was tip controls right here. So any aerial operations where we're flowing water, the firefighter up here can move these as needed if he needs ladder left or right, up and down. But you do need someone at the pedestal holding a dead man switch so you can keep an eye on overall safety. We also have our lock right here for rescue mode or defensive mode, so we can pin the waterway back about mid-range ladder so we don't have the nozzle all the way at the tip, which lets us get into the building closer. Okay, right here we have our monitor. It's 1200 GPMs, and we went with this option tied in with a 2.5-inch discharge on this end over here that we can manually control. Built-in pressure relief valves for both ends, so you can run them separately, or you can shut your main monitor off and run off the 2.5 alone. Tip tracking lights, controlled by the tillerman right here or the engineer at the pedestal, as well as the red lighting along the whole interior of the ladder. So you have easy lights, easy red lights as you're climbing up at nighttime. Right here we have our eyelets. We have 4 total, depending on what type of rope rescue we're gonna do. Those were options we added in as well. We have one for a high pick point and one for a roller wheel for our rescue rope if we want to do a twin tension rope rescue off the front. And then the last thing on this tillerman box right here, he does have lights all around it that he can manually control from the inside of the cab as well, and just himself can control those so I don't blind him from the cab on accident. On the back right here we have our ladder compartment. These lock out on the side, so you don't have them swinging out on you again. We have 6 hooks, rubbish hooks, 2 35s, 2 24s, and 2 16s, 2 10-foot ladders, and some pike poles. Down here we have our fire extinguishers. We have our CO2 extinguisher, a water can, as well as your traditional ABC extinguisher. Around the truck you see these anchor points. We have 2 back here, we have 2 on the bumper, as well as 4 on the pedestal that are all rated to 1,000 pounds. Right here we have the Tillerman steps. We have steps on both ends, so whichever way you're coming in or out, you can go in on the steps, as well as lights for visibility during nighttime. Our Tillerman climbs up. We have handles on both ends. Sliding door, gets in. Up here, the Tillerman has cameras on both sides. We have cameras looking at the wheel, so you can see your points on the inside, as well as a clear view of where you're going. Right here we have the Tillerman's equipment. His own SCBA, his gear on a shelf out of the way, and a hook for his helmet. Right here we have our saws for the Tillerman. So as you see, this one has no scabbard on it. We went with 2 aluminum scabbards on the tip of the ladder. So the Tillerman's job, once he gets dressed, is to put this at the tip right there and send it up. This is where we have our rope rescue equipment. These do slide out, so it's easier for us to grab the equipment, see what we have. Up here you can see you're able to access the little giant ladder as well as the Stokes basket from either side. Next, right here we have our EMS compartment. As the truck does have its own district, we have to be fully stocked and ready for anything. These are transverse compartments. So as you can see, there are some differences, like we have our low pressure airbags up here, which on the other side we have our high pressure. But this middle one, rescue equipment, more cribbing, mirrored to that side as well. This one is a little bit different from that end. We have hose on that side. Right here we have chainsaws. We have 2 saws and a K12. Our normal stabilization equipment matched to the other side, as well as a toolbox right here for our chainsaw, for any decon cleaning after a structure fire. Nice little workstation for us. With an air chuck right here, we have our hose, some basic equipment to clean on scene, wrenches, extra bars and chain like that so we can get it back in service. This compartment is our SCBA bottle compartment. We worked with Pierce to make a racking system for it to keep them all separate, easily accountable for, and they don't get damaged, as well as this netting right here. So it's easy to remove, and you have good clear view of everything you have. Up here we have our cord reel. 150 feet of cord reel right here. It's mirrored to the other side. We have the same one set up just above the engineer side stabilizer. Mirrored controls. So we have our electrical system right there, as well as our control switches right here. So however you're setting up, you can put these out on either side. Right here we have our intake for our aerial. Easily accessed right here, which is why we have a short 25-foot stick that comes to here. We have our anchor points right here that I talked about. 2 right here, 1,000-pound rating with these, as well as our 5th wheel lockout right here that can be done. We have drains right here, so when you're done with your aerial operations, you open that and drain it out. Steps leading up to our pedestal right here. So we have steps on both sides to match the control, so you can go up and down each side. Right here we have our captain's tools, Halligan's, axes, A-tools, anything they need to do an initial forcible entry. And here are our discharges. We have an LDH intake, LDH discharge to our aerial, as well as a couple extra 2.5-inch discharges depending on what we need the operations for. Right here we have all our handles backlit with red, easy on the eyes, and you can see what you're grabbing at night. Our 3rd man seat, or 4th man, whoever we have working with us, as well as reflective tape right here, so when your door is open at night, the headlights shine off of it, which matches our paint scheme along the side, which we went with a darker, softer color this time. Captain's compartment matches the engineer's. For the clean cab, he's got his SCBA in the corner, all his gear, hooks for any tools he wants to mount in there afterwards. And right here we have the captain's side. We have our iPads, which is for our dispatch notes, as well as the secondary screen you can see up there that's lit up right now. So anything on my side, he's able to see and control on his side as well. Anytime he wants to see one of these blind spot cameras, he can manually go in there and turn them on as well to see if we have anything on the inside that we may not see, and he can help with spotting.
From start of developing a spec through pre-construction, final inspection, and all the process along the way. Both our rep, David Kloxing, and owner Ryan Wright, and all the personnel at Golden State Apparatus have made it a seamless process. Sometimes answering questions that we didn't even know were going to be problematic. So I recommend them for anybody looking to build a custom apparatus. Amazing experience for us from start to finish.